So we open with Kandi suing Kim for tardy royalties. Oh, Phaedra talking about how she likes nudity and peni. I mean, I do too, but girl. However, we get to the Kenya segment first. But now it's time for Nene versus Kandi, because when Nene was in the Hollywood Hills, she wouldn't let Hood Kandi in for being 2 hours late. Well, she wouldn't let none of them in. She was like, look, I ain't even let you get a to-go bag, and Kandi was hungry. But I'm not showing up if I'm an hour late. I'm going to just tell you I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Let's cut to the fight between Kenya and Porsha, which is probably still going on to this day. Kenya finds Porsha very unrefined and unsophisticated, and I find you very unmarried. The only thing sophisticated about Kenya is her ditch. It's a fancy ditch. Because you want to talk about sophistication, but you order crab sandwiches, but you order crab cake sandwiches and can't get nothing for nobody else. That's unsophisticated to me. That's unrefined to me, leaving your guests hungry. Oh! Somebody said, Porsha, we should celebrate women over 40 who are fabulous. Let's hope Cordelia don't dump you at 40 like Sheree. Well, he dumps her much quicker. Much, much quicker. Porsha said it wasn't a compliment to have me dressed as Dorothy Dandridge with a gold tooth in my mouth and a blonde wig on. If it's good enough for Nene, it can be good enough for you. Oh my God. Porsha said, my husband's always gonna defend his wife. Yeah, but he really defends his bottom. He put you out on the curb. Now, Porsha, you gonna say Kenya's the most aggressive person you'd met in your life, but you done whooped 3 asses on the show that we know of. After that, we get to Donkey Booty versus Stallion Booty. And did anybody order those DVDs? I mean, they were on sale, but they were rated like number 4,085,000 and 4,086,000 on Amazon. I know somebody got one somewhere. Girl, it is still available. Oh, they got it on Prime Video for $10. And they got it on DVD for $3.45. Hell, who has a DVD player anymore? See, this was a light shade reunion talking about DVDs and who's got the better booty. Kenya said, well, how you gonna sell a DVD that ain't worked on you? You ain't fit. 150. 175 and 5'2". I'm 149 and 5'11". And now you're both single. I forgot about Kenya's Gone with the Wind music video. I'm gone with the wind, fabulous. Gone with the wind, fabulous. Twirl, twirl, twirl. She made a mockery of mental illness. Well, Kenya, so have you. You've made a mockery of marriage, Kenya. Don't be disrespectful, Phaedra, because you will be picking up your teeth, pregnant and all. All right, Kenya, Porsha gonna cash that check your ass just wrote. Your mouth just wrote. Well, let's get to part 2. So we open with Nene talking about who chose which side, how Phaedra and Kenya kind of buddied up when they first got on the show. Kim flocked to Nene, and I do agree with her that your first season, you do kind of get buddy-buddy with somebody. But then we go into Nene's package with Greg. Oh, but now Nene go in on Phaedra talking about, now I know you tried to get Marlo on this show because you met with her behind the cameras to get her in this situation. And we saw what happened when we finally gave her a peach. Now Nene wants to deny her flirtate with Peter. Girl, y'all was flirting big time. It was cute. It wasn't anything sinister or you gonna take somebody man, but y'all flirted. But now we get to Phaedra versus Cynthia. And Phaedra saying she didn't give a fuck, and now we got her on tape saying that because she said, I don't even talk like that. Yes, you do. You still like it, too. So now Phaedra wants to say, to be honest, girl, you ain't never been honest. You lied to Cynthia, you lied to Angela Stanton, and you lied to the audience. I was pissed off because the party's about my son. Then why didn't you just say, yeah, I didn't give a fuck if she came? But now Nene get Phaedra together. Nene said, no, Phaedra, you've done some real low-down dirty stuff like try to get my sisters to come on camera. But we're blood. You're not smart. You're not smart. That's right. Nene's family is from New York City. She lived in Queens. They all graduated in Queens and then moved to Athens. Nene said, now we got past it and I forgive you, but I will never forget that you did that to me. Mm-hmm. And that's when we really saw Faye for who she was. For who she is. A traitor. You try to talk shit about me to my own family members. At the end of the day, we are blood. You are stupid. I mean, she a terrible liar. I'll give you that. But you're a terrible wig wearer, Nene. You're a terrible wig wearer. I could have brought Angela Stanton. She's in my dressing room now. If she wasn't transphobic, I'd have her on. So Phaedra still wants to say that Nene knew her and she was upset that Nene wanted to act like she didn't the first season. But Nene... Oh, Lord, now we got Wig joining the stage. For what? For what? So we got Grand Drag making excuses why she couldn't go to Anguilla. You don't like black people. We know. And we don't care because you don't matter. My priorities are at home. I mean, you can take it as an excuse, but it is what it is. I had to move and Croy was at work. Kim, you are an excuse. And you was home spending Croy money. Turn that man broke. After you left the brunch, Kim, the ladies really came together. Yeah, that's what happens when you get the rotten apple out of the bin. They said, we was happy to see you go on with your life and your family. We don't hate you, we just sick of you. Well, I hate you. I hate you. But then we get to talk about Candy's house not being in a safe area, when Bravo could get away with under-the-rug racism. Now, Nene did say, I feel like Kim has said some racial things over the past, and that's just how I feel. It could be racist or ignorance. Kim's just sitting there shocked in her hood. Kim still won't admit to stealing Cash as a baby name. I mean, Candy, you could have named your kid Cash because you actually have cash. All right, well, now we got the husbands coming out for part 3. So now we get to Candy and her real engagement. Ho ho! But now all talk turns to Walter, as we have Auntie Lesbian rehash the fact that she never even met him. He ain't nothing to me. So after the show aired, Walter did an interview and said you paid him to be the boyfriend. Yep, paid through the nose for a piss poor performance. So Kenya tries to clean up her gay accusation. She said, I have questions about his sexuality. Well, I mean, I guess you would since he never had his sexuality with you. But now Kenya wants to go in on Phaedra for saying, you can't turn a whore into a housewife. There are certain names you don't call women and you don't know me like that. I definitely wouldn't call Kenya a hoe. Men run from her. Men would pay to not be with her. Look at Mark. Now I see where the now check that came from. Because Kenya said, you're the one who had sex on an air mattress with a felon fresh out of prison and got pregnant and had to lie about how many months you were. So Phaedra said, okay, I'm going to be ready for you next year. Oh, she found out Walter was 5 years older than her when they went to Anguilla. I mean, you both have rough skin, so does it really matter? What's going on with your love life now, Kenya? Not a damn thing. Child, Andy said, okay, now we got the menses out here. Who believes Kenya was in a real relationship? Not one hand. Not one hand. Ha! Apollo said, now hold on, Kenya. If you wanted him to marry you, why'd you think he was gay and you sure wouldn't be telling everybody? So what is the truth? God, now this heifer twirling. Walter is a groupie and he wanted me for fame. But you was begging him to elope. Child, Apollo and Peter are double teaming her. They are not letting up. Nope. You chased him all season and now you want to say he's a sissy. Now this is when Apollo starts lying though about her trying to get at him at the Beverly Wilshire. But I bet you that was a lie Phaedra put him up to tell because she's sitting there not looking shocked. I guarantee if I would have pressed on you, you would have gave it to me, period. You right. You right. You're right, Apollo. If you pressed me, I'd give it to you. All night long. I'd let you see this thong. Ha! Ha! Andy said, Apollo, you are hard to resist. You're just as fake as your sponsored breast. You might want to get an AIDS test. Andy said... So now we end it with Porsha whining about her marriage because you know her sissy ain't show up. I wonder why. Maybe he's afraid Andy Cohen could peg him. What you see for us this season is us just finding our way, and we're still going through some struggles, but he's not controlling. He's not because he left you. But he's one of the first of the fools you'll fart with. Well, that was pretty much the reunion. This was honestly a lot tamer than I remember, but it really is the season 6 and and season 7 reunions that are about the lies, the lies, the lies. Well, let's get to episode 1 of season 6.